All right, well, I guess the burning question, what are you guys doing to prepare for the, postseason coming up?
Well, trying to get every aspect of our game as sharp as it can be. So we spent a little extra time on special teams so far this week. And then just some structure things, but otherwise it's trying to get the guys as healthy and as fresh mentally as we can be because, we're going to play a team that's a heavy team. They're going to be physical. Last time we played them, we were very fortunate to get out of there with any points, let alone a win. Just focusing on trying to get fresh and getting the things that we need to get in order, special teams, some line combinations, different things that way, as set as we can.
And given the fact that you have seen these guys before 4 times this year, does it give you a little confidence knowing that you know somewhat how they play and know a little bit of what to expect?
Well, I think that goes both ways, right? They know what to expect from us a little bit. And vice versa. So I think there's some familiarity with each other, but this is a new season. Both teams are 0-0. Nobody's got an advantage other than we're playing at home. And, we've got to go back to the foundation of our group, and that is trying to defend home ice, and play as units of 5. Be disciplined, control the things that we get to control, and focus on those things. And right now, we're just trying to make sure that we do what we do and not so much focus on who we're playing, but how we're playing.
Ask you about Walker Dewar right now and his play. I think he led you guys in scoring in February, and obviously has a really nice pass to set up your first goal on Saturday night, and an important first goal. But his season has seemed all year to be a little bit up and down early. Maybe has benefited from, and also has kind of fallen victim to the depth that you guys have had. What's he done this last stretch here to really kind of solidify his spot in the lineup?
Well, what all coaches like is consistency. And Monday through Thursday, this last probably 3 weekends of play, consistent on Friday, consistent on Saturday. He's staying disciplined. He's using his speed, his athleticism, his length. I think, on a forecheck, he can be a pain because he's long and he can get there in a hurry. He's doing a great job with his stick on forechecking. And then offensively, he's a bear too because he's 6'3", 200 plus pounds. When he gets it and wants to keep it, it's hard to get it from him. And you know what? I think he's really built a lot of confidence off of what he's done here in the last month. And the only one that deserves credit there is Walker, because through peaks and valleys, you find out a lot about a player. You find out a lot about yourself. And to see him string together what he has over the last month, real happy for him because he's put a lot of work into it. He pays attention to his diet, his details, those things that he gets to control. And he's having some success because of the efforts that he's putting in.
For you as a coach, something that we maybe talked a little bit about early in the year, but to have the kind of depth that you guys have had and have guys, whether it's Walker or anybody, kind of have to be out of the lineup one weekend or one night and wait patiently for a chance without, as you've said, hanging their heads or do whatever, or pouting or anything like that. How have you been able to maintain that throughout the year with, especially at times when you have had fully healthy lineups? I know injuries have helped get those guys in spots too.
First of all, I want to give credit to Nader and Bluey, my 2 assistants, and the type of young men that we have in our program. We want them to be. We don't want them to be happy about being out of the lineup, but again, control what you get to control, which is there's a lot of luggage that gets brought to the rink every day, all of us, and what we've asked is just check that at the door when you get in here, and find a way to contribute. And that might be during a practice, it might be supporting your teammate, it might be trying to make somebody better, whether it's a scout power play, a scout penalty kill. I just think we've got some phenomenal leaders that have done a great job at making sure that we've got an inclusive atmosphere in the locker room, that whether you're in the lineup or you're not in the lineup, you're still a big part of what we're going after. And that, as we've seen, and you've brought up, when we've had injuries, when we'd have sickness, when we have guys that have been out of the lineup, the guys that have stepped in have been prepared. That says a lot about those players. And again, if they want to play at the next level and move on, that's expected. You know, when you get your opportunity, take advantage of it. And I think that's what you've seen with a lot of our guys, including a guy like Walker Dewar, who's playing as well as he is right now.
Just going back to Saturday, and I know you said it's a new season, but was there something that you got out of Saturday night that you can go forward with, especially the way you guys bounced back from Friday, whether it was Dryden's performance or just in general the way that you guys came out compared to Friday?
It was nice to play with a lead, especially against a team like Bemidji, because, you know, at this time of the year, you don't want to be fighting from behind. So that was one. We got off to a good start. Two, I thought we did a better job defensively, and we were harder offensively. I thought we made it more difficult on Bemidji to defend. I liked our discipline. We didn't go to the box often. When we did a good job of killing penalties. As you already referenced, you know, we're going to need good goaltending, and I thought Dryden was exceptional. And then when they made their push, you know, they get the goal to get it to 2-1, and I thought we played with some poise. One, we had some timely saves. We had some block shots by our defensive core and a couple of our forwards at very important times. And then we had a couple of guys make some plays at the end of the game to extend it and get it from being a one-goal game to a multiple-goal game. So a lot of positives there. You want to learn from those and move on.
Doing much pairwise watching this time of year as it going to the playoffs?
You know what? I'm watching about what goes on in the 24-hour clock that we have. It's what we get to control. We've talked about that from day one. We don't get to control the other things. So just focus on what we have to do every day, and the guys have done that this week up until now, and we need it to continue throughout the weekend.
So getting the first goal of the game is really important, and looking forward to this weekend. You guys grabbed that momentum really well. What do you have to do to get the first goal and kind of contain that momentum throughout this entire series?
Well, I think, first of all, you know, let's not create the other team's offense. And there's a lot of different ways you can do that. One is puck management. You know, make sure that we're coming out of our end with support through the neutral zone, and we're responsible when we don't have the puck defensively coming out of their end. That's one. Two, stay out of the box. Don't give them an opportunity to get on the power play right away. And then make sure that we're on point when the puck drops and have a good start. And if they're going to get something, make them earn it, because they're going to get their opportunities. It's just we want to make sure that they have to earn it. And then when they do, make sure it's a one and done situation where there's not second and third opportunities because we're not defending the way we need to. So being ready when the puck drops, and then again, not creating the other team's offense.
Changing gears just a little bit here, Hasty. WCHA last week announced their scholar athlete list. We had 12 on there. You've talked about this before, but how much pride do you and your staff take in when you see the number of guys you have? That's the 3.5 plus group, so it's an elite group. Can you talk about maybe how important that is to the program?
Top-down leadership. You know, Richard Davenport said that day one in my interview and I've referenced that multiple times since I've been here we want to move the needle hockey-wise, but there's one thing that it cannot come at the cost of, and it's the academic progress of our student athletes. I'd like to take a lot of the credit. I can't. You know, I will say Troy Judding, Darren Blue, Todd Connaught, before I got here, there was a standard in the classroom that it was unacceptable not to do your best, and so we've just tried to continue to support that. What the administration has done to support with tutors, academic support, advising, and then really the culture that we have within the program of the guys holding each other accountable. It provides an environment that there's an expectation to succeed, whether it's in between the boards or it's outside the boards. So really just following the lead that was here before I got here, and very proud of the group that we have right now, because I do believe that that's a standard that was set before I got here, and it's one that I'm very proud of to say that the guys have taken grasp of and ran with it.
All right, thanks, Mike. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.